This is the Gwen Stacy Ghost Spider figure. I believe it's supposed to be from the Spider-Man Maximum Venom, something about an animated kids show. I really don't know about that side of things. I'm not a kid myself. At heart, maybe. But this figure to me is very highly accurate depiction of the Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy as she is currently in the comics. She went on from being Spider-Woman in her world to being Spider-Gwen in kind of, I guess, our world and their world, and now she is officially Ghost Spider with this new suit. It's not really known yet if this suit is, what kind of symbiote this is. I guess they do know it's a symbiote, but it's still kind of unknown what the deal with the suit is. She has to feed it. It acts like a symbiote, more or less, but it seems to be something a little bit different. But we'll wait and see what happens with that in King in Black. I guess in the next couple of months. Yeah, they'll be coming out in the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. So going through this figure, well, first of all, here's the Build-A-Figure part. I won't be reviewing it because I don't have the rest of it right now. And it does say Ghost Spider on the front. It's a Venompool Build-A-Figure. There's the box art on the side, which is pretty neat. Box art, you can see it's kind of, oh well. And the back says, Ghost Spider. When the Venom symbiote attaches to Gwen Stacy she gains extreme new powers as Ghost Spider. There you go. And you can see the rest of the wave there. I've got the Carnage. He's pretty cool. For Carnage, I suppose it's good enough. So here we have the Ghost Spider figure. This is Gwen Stacy, if I haven't said that enough times already. We'll start at the bottom. One of my biggest critiques that I'm very loud, I guess, about is the feet of female figures. This is on a teenage body, so of course her feet are going to be small as it is, but what's interesting about this, as you can see, they put this funny little toe claw thing on her. I don't actually recall, I did read the most recent Ghost Spider series. I don't actually recall if this was in it or not. It's a cool translation of the outfit from, here we go, I've got the other version, I guess you would say. It's a cool translation of her little, I guess, sneaker foot that she's got here into the more symbiote look. And then you get on teenage bodies, of course, not on the adult female bodies, you get the thigh twist and the calf twist. So she, if you can get her into good poses, she can pose. I just had a little bit of difficulty. I think it's because of the ankle joints in the feet tend to be the women's feet problems in all bodies, and this doesn't seem to be any different. The feet are very difficult to move. Oh, I got it to go sideways. Once you work it, I guess, for a while, you'll get it to go more in directions. I've been kind of playing with this for a few minutes behind the scenes, trying to get it to pose, and it seems to be finally getting in there. But moving along from the feet and the legs, there's clearly this big old tongue piece, which I have wrapped around her because I'm not sure what else to do with it right now. I imagine if you really want to be kind of creepy and gross, you could latch this onto a villain on a shelf. Something like maybe, I don't know, she's not fighting herself, hopefully, anytime soon. But something like this, maybe. And there Gwen actually has the, I believe that is the Fig Arts spider webs. But that's, it's an import, I don't know, some import. But that's the idea if you were to do it as her attacking somebody with a tongue or possibly defending herself. I actually like how that looks. I'm going to spend a second looking at that. Moving along from the tongue. Woo, if I can get her attached. It's pretty bendy. I'm not too worried about this breaking at all. Up even at the seam of where it's attached to the head, it's pretty sturdy. Everything here is very, if it bends, it's not going to break, you know. It's that kind of plastic. Similar here with her little arm, elbow, claws, let's say, symbiote little claw thing. She's got the classic symbiote hand look, and that's on both sides, of course. One thing I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone for a alternate double jointed reachability thing for the young female bodies, the teenage bodies. They did on several other figures. They figured it out. They did on the recent Storm figure. They figured it out, how to not have to do double jointed elbows. I don't know why they didn't just give them double jointed elbows to begin with. And it seems on the female adolescent bodies, they have yet to put that improvement in any way. So unfortunately, she can't really reach her face too well. If you wanted to have her doing anything like that, touching her helmet, this I have to push pretty hard to get it to go down there. You can change how it, let's see. It doesn't quite want to stay. Doesn't quite want to stay like that. I'm sure if you get some kind of stickiness or maybe mold the hand a little bit differently, you might be able to get that to pose like that. Other than that, we've got the cape, which makes her chest look very large. I know some people have been saying on the internet, but it's just this little jacket thing. What do you call this? A half vest even. It's not even really a full shirt type thing, but it's got this kind of broken symbiote spider thing on the back. And then we have the hood, which, if anybody was wondering, here is what she looks like under that. You can definitely pop this sweater off, although I'm not sure why you would. It doesn't really have the look of her at all without it. And then the head is all one piece. I'm sure there's some brave souls out there who are going to pop this inner head out and see what they can do about sticking it on here without the hood. I will not be one of them. I like this how it is. I'm going to keep it this way. I'm not going to risk messing it up in an unavoidable and unfixable way. But you can see it's all connected in there. It's a very deep peg, so I imagine this might look a little off the way some Marvel Legends do when they have a long neck piece. So they make the neck a little bit longer. Neck decoration, they make it like a little longer. Pop that back on. Pretty easy to get on and off, actually. And of course the hood is pretty nicely detailed. They have some nice creases in here. Her outfit itself on the chest, you could see earlier, I'm sure there's some nice little folds in there to show the fabric. And of course her jacket helps that as well. I really like these studs they have in there on the shoulders of the jacket. That's a nice little detail. And then the little veiny bits, the symbiote vein type look on the arms and the feet. I think that's a really nice addition to make her pretty accurate and make her just look really cool. So I haven't tried this out yet, but let's try out some of the other heads. You can see these are the same body. I need to desperately repaint this. But they're the same teenage body, just different bits here. You know, this chest piece is sculpted differently than hers. You have the fabric and whatnot, but primarily it's the same, similar kind of teenage body stuff. But let's see if we pop off one of these heads. Let's take the symbiote head off here. And then just for fun, let's see if I can get this. Oh, I can't get this Gwen's head, this Spider-Gwen head off. There we go. There's Spider-Gwen's head off. I don't know why anybody would want to do this, but let's just see if it works. I don't want to break anything. I'm not going to push down any harder than that. I didn't bring over the Gwen Stacy head that she comes with because I think it's a little bit juvenile, which I get is more or less what she is. Let's try now the actual Gwen Stacy head. I don't think this is going to work. No, this is definitely not going to work, and we'll see why immediately. The pigs are a completely different size. I guess this Gwen Stacy must be on an adult body. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like she has the adult legs, maybe, and a teenage upper body. A little bit hard to tell on this figure. She's a little odd, but it looks like she does have that, as I was saying earlier, why they gave it to her and not Ghost Spider. The bendable elbow. It goes a little past 90 degrees. Snap her head back on here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Ooh. Oop, there goes her stand. And she would be able to touch her head here. That's a fist, so it's harder to see. Ooh, I swear I'm not crazy. There we go. And she can touch her head the way that most Jean Grey figures can't. Go figure. Gwen Stacy can. But not Ghost Spider. That's not my body. Getting myself all mixed up here. So, overall, this I really... Ooh, can't get her back together either. It was easy a minute ago. There we go. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. I think the tongue is a very fun addition to it. There's probably a lot of things that people are going to find out they can do with the tongue. As hanging from the tongue, I know it's a little morbid. Let's not do that. There's a lot of things that I'm sure people are going to figure out they can do with the tongue. For now, I'm just going to keep this wrapped up on her. I don't know. Maybe I'll have her over here with the Spider-Gwen figure attacking each other. That's kind of a fun look. It's a pretty standard, you know, teenage body, so you're not going to get anything new or different based on the body, aside from the funky little additions for being a symbiote. So yeah, she's nothing new to speak of as far as the molds, really, except for the symbiote bits. But other than that, it's a pretty standard, fairly accurate to the comics. I'm guessing it's very even more accurate to the animated show, if that truly is where she comes from. And she's part of this new trend of symbiotes that Hasbro has been doing for the Marvel Legends. So hopefully we'll get some more of those. I know the Life Family symbiotes. Let's see, we got Phage coming out. I believe they have 2 more. I'm really bad with their names, but if I recall, it's the grayish blue one and the pinkish purple one. I know they already have Scream. I love her. I wish they would get her a better not mold, but better detailing. But I'll take what I can get, I guess. And then they just have Phage. They had the green and black guy who came out last year, I want to say. And then the 2 that are left is just the other female symbiote and the bluish gray one. So hopefully they'll keep the symbiote waves going. I know there's a lot of figures they can do. Venompool being one, of course, that they, I think, made up for this Build-A-Figure. But that is their prerogative. So I really enjoy this figure. If you're a fan of Gwen Stacy in the comics, or I guess this Maximum Venom show that apparently exists, this is definitely one that you'll want to add to the collection to go with your classic Gwen Stacy 616, or, you know, just school Gwen Stacy, and your hopefully not headless Spider-Gwen. Woo! There we go. Who hopefully doesn't need a paint job as badly as mine does. Yeah, this was really fun to have the 3 of these, and to play around with them. I wish she kind of had another head that she could have come with, or hands, or something, but she's got these fun symbiote hands, and her tongue, and I guess I'll just have to be happy with that. Alright,